Just don't have.
They do not have computers.
One of the other things, Pam, I had the opportunity to come in and volunteer in my kindergarten and first graders classrooms over the last few years. And we were assisting the teachers to come out and help them. They're using these stairwells and the alcoves at the ends of the hallway with the desks and tables at the end of the hallway and in the alcoves here to help the kids, learn it, because there's not enough room in the classroom spaces in this particular facility.
See, I was told by a school committee member a year or so ago, school who so overcrowded would be
This is the nurse's office in here. To your left.
You flunked anatomy too.
How big an area is a nurse?
It's not a nurse, they have, don't they just have the,
Oops, I'm sorry, my way.
Can I shut it off? Come on.
The teachers are in there. Instead of giving them big feet. This would be a funny set of pictures. This was part of my sixth grade. This is the teacher there.
Was it?
Fifth grade, yeah. Yeah, that wall wasn't there. This was.
What I want to tell you about this room is this is the faculty room. We have 47 full-time faculty and staff members at the Batchelder. That does not include senior volunteers, that does not include parent volunteers, and that does not include itinerary staff that come and go, like the occupational therapist or the speech therapist. This is a school that has many female teachers. And in fact, I believe the female teacher count is around, again, I've got to count it, around 40. We only have 2 female bathrooms in this school for the women who work in here on a regular basis. And that does not include, as I said, the seniors, who are all women who work here, and many of the parent volunteers who usually are women. So on any given day, we can have 50 women in this building, and we only have 2 bathrooms. We used to have 1. The first thing I did when I came here was demand at least another one. Oh boy, I'll tell you the lineup.
This used to be a fifth grade class. I remember that. They closed the wall.
It was subsidized.
Oh, yeah. That was his room. But they put a wall across it.
All of this system is on whatever circuit. When I do that, turn on that switch before, this thing popped and this one popped, did all of its gorgeous stuff and smoked, and now I'm out here, here, and here. That's not atypical, by the way, for the school. This is the reading room. And all of the, this is special instruction, the reading room, and all of the storage. This office is used by Mr. Biggs, and Mr. Biggs is the technology specialist for the entire school system, and he has a little space in every place, in every building where he can sit and put his stuff, because he does a lot of the professional development training on technology for our teachers, and is also the head of Project MEET, which is a grant, a technology grant that the Batchelder School won last January, and we're very proud of that. So I have to mention it. I want to tell you that because of the considerations for classrooms and our need to increase class size, we no longer have any space in the school where we can conference privately with parents, or where we can conference with our school council meetings. There is not one conference area, large or small, in this school. We lost it when we made another classroom out of the library because we were using a part of the library for conferencing. As you walk down a hallway, you probably saw a lot of brown, cushy stacked chairs and a big conference table. That table is slated to go right here. And this will not only be our workroom, where the teachers come in and laminate materials, make children's books, do copying, use the catalogs when we need to order. This is where we collate. This is where we store the paper, where we store so many of the school's products, toilet paper, paper that we need for the school year, inks that we need for the Xerox, the Savin copier that you saw in the teacher's room, because we have no other place to put it, for the risograph. Many of those supplies have not come in yet, and so when they do come in, this room will be stacked to the ceiling like this when the rest of the supplies come. Therefore, you can just get an idea of how crowded this room is going to be when all the supplies are in, and it's going to be our conference room. It's the only space in the building where I can legitimately throw everybody out, close the door, and meet with people who need to meet privately. And you need a space in a school like that. We don't have it.
Yeah, it's memory lane for you guys.
Yeah.
In every classroom, Bill, I followed you around, you know, there's always
This here,
a melting desk.
The resource.
so this is the reading room.
Okay. Okay.
Into the original part of the building and the two wings that were attached to the original part of the building. Okay?
This is the original. This is Purcell's room.
I'm waiting there, who else?
This is our computer lab. We did need to shrink this room a bit to accommodate a new classroom. And you may ask, what do you mean to accommodate a new classroom? You had to shrink this. Well, we took over half of the library to make a new classroom, and we had not enough space in the library to house all the books and materials. So this corridor right here is an extension of the library. So we had to push the computer room and make it smaller. We put in a really tiny desk for the computer specialist to create more space. And we really do need to have these tables here because children work here and at the computers working on projects back and forth. This is the only part of the building besides my office that is wired for technology, and it is where the internet is. So it's the only space that we can really use right now for technology. And if you look at what the Department of Education is asking us to do with children today and education and the learning standards that they are demanding that these children know, and not only know, but remember and be able to use, we have to have technology. We cannot meet the goals of frameworks, education reform, and curriculum, what the curriculum is demanding, without it. Come this way.
Bill, Mrs. Bombay isn't here anymore. She just left. This was Mrs. Bombay's room. Everybody remembers her. She must have taught here about 100 years.
This is our library. This library is used by 485 students. It is set up for our first teachers' meeting of the year. It is the only place that I can put all of the teachers so that we can have a teachers' meeting. So I borrow the chairs that go around the table in the computer room and I fill up that corner. But this is a very small space for 480 children to call their library. Oh, you know what? Would you like to see my office? And would you like to see the office of the secretary? Yeah.
Sure, yes, please.
This is the main office. Please go right in.
Used to be Mr. Hood's office.
That is the main office of the building.
I got my knuckles wrapped in tape twice.
We brought in a corridor of books.
I remember Mr. Hood.
And as you can see, it's very hard to get more than 3 people in that office at a time. So the morning lineup outside the office between teachers and parents trying to get to the school secretary is incredible. And then I'll show you my office, which actually I dearly love. It's just that I can't seat more than 2 people in there. And that's here.
See where there's no conference table in there.
Yes, my office can stand, you can stand maybe 3 to 5 people in my office. We can seat 3, but there's no room for a conference table, you're right. Come this way. I spent a lot of time in there.
I'm sorry.
Most of the classrooms, in fact, all of the classrooms in this old building are roughly the same size. We'll wait for everybody to catch up with us.
How many square feet are in that library now?
No, I haven't measured it.
Lost half the size of it.
Well, I lost about, not quite half. Yeah, maybe 40, 45%. It's not quite. This is a typical classroom in this part of the building. All of them are pretty identical. So, you know, this teacher is getting ready, setting up. Come this way. And she has 24 students, by the way, my count of the desks.
He was always slamming and bringing in something.
They're all fairly the same. Oh, this is, I've got to show you what the rate is. You know I have to take it all off.
You don't have to. You can, but you don't have to.
Do they use the desks in the hallway?
Yes. This is a pretty good floor to look at.
Oh, yeah.
This is a good floor to look at because it shows you all the different ways that we can fix a floor